Hello, and welcome to Frostpunk. Frostpunk 1, not 2, don't be confused by the 2 down here, that's it just telling you. You can play you can look at the announcement for the new one down there. So, I was thinking, something to put on Christmas, rather than the usual stuff, something a bit snowy, Christmassy themed. Because I'm guessing that most people probably aren't going to be watching the usual saves on the channel on that day, probably going to be getting it a miss. So there's not much point in me putting them up. I'm just going to continue. I'm just going to put this on up as a one-off. So what we're going to do, we're going to have random settlements enabled, which is pretty nice. I'm going to lower the difficulty for making the generator, and just to make it a bit easier as we go here. We'll keep needs up. I'm going to put the economy down a smidge. Yeah, we'll go with that. Make it a smidge more chill for the episode. Because I did a bit of a test run to get myself back into this, and ugh. It's known as being a rather difficult game, and it is as difficult as I remember. So this is basically telling us here, so we've got the generator we were building has exploded, we returned to London but found it ravaged with violence and chaos. So we took our families and fled to our construction site, the only place that offered hope. Our new task is even harder than before. We have to rebuild the generator from scratch. We must clear the ruins and find the generator plans. There's no time to waste, the weather will keep getting worse, and it will do that for 50 days, then go crazy. We will not survive without the generator. Leeds of the North. Leeds is in the north. Anyway, we're going to be called Frostfield, because it's frosty and it's a big field. So we've got lots of space to play in here. We are going to want to get a lot of these ruins salvaged at first. And one thing, something that in my little test run I'd pretty much forgotten about, we can actually get these little gathering posts set up. So we're going to do that. Right, we'll put one there. I'll put one here. I think that will do it for now. We'll need a street for this one to connect it up. So these are little gathering posts, and what these will do is you can assign units to them and they will gather things from nearby. So the point of Frostpunk, so essentially if you've not played it before, we have had a global climate disaster and everything is just frozen over. So that's the scenario, and you have to survive and build a city centered around this giant generator, which I think we're building it on top of like a giant natural gas vent or something. But they're very highly unstable, volatile, that sort of thing. We need to make sure it's looked after and kept in care, otherwise it will blow up potentially. And while we're doing this, we need to manage our resources. So we've got coal for fuel to keep the lights on and the fireplaces running. We've got wood to build structures, steel to build structures, as well as certain items like prosthetics and eventually giant robots that automatically run some of the buildings for you. We get raw food and then we have to put it into food rations. So we get raw food and cooked food. Right? And then on the right hand side here we've got our more rare resources, so steam exchangers, steel composites and structural profiles are used to build the generator, and then we have these steam cores which can be used for unique upgrades, buildings, the giant automatons that run buildings for you that I mentioned, as well as I think we can also use them on the generator if I'm remembering correctly. So we've got a bunch of things that we're going to be wanting to do with this. Right. And it's on a bit of an easier mode, just to... We're going to have a bit of a chill, sit back and a build here. Now, while we've got everyone here, we're going to put a bunch of people on salvaging everything around here. To start us off with. In particular, we're wanting a large amount of wood. It has given us, quite kind of it to do so as well, a large amount of we've got a nice amount of little houses here, little tent cities, as well as a medical post, so basically a little medical tent as well. And that's going to be what we've got to start us off here. So we're getting everyone to work. Work is needed. Now, we'll get events like this. Sometimes it'll be wanting us to make a promise or make a choice. This one's saying we could use children to work. We're not going to be making children work. What I am going to do straight away though is we are going to put on, I think we need to put on the emergency shift to get us started. So at any point we can do an emergency shift. They're saying, what, are they trying to work us to death? And as you can see, so discontent has gone up, hope, not gone down or anything, but yeah, we've had some discontent from that. In fact, I think hope might have gone down, but the aim of the goal, as well as to not starve or freeze to death, or have everyone die in that, is to keep discontent low and hope high, basically. In a perfect world, the red bar will, there won't even be any red on it, and the blue bar will be full. And every so often we've got a promise we might need to make. So the game's basically noticed, hey, you haven't got any shelters set up yet. We should probably do that. I can promise to provide some, and if I fulfill that promise, hope will rise a little bit, and discontent will go down a little bit. If I go for the big promise, it'll have a much larger effect. But if I fail it, it's even worse. We can put it off, so we won't address this right now. Discontent will rise slightly as a penalty, and each time we do that it gets worse until we have to make a decision. It'll be forced upon us. Right, we're going to provide shelter for everyone. The only thing wrong with these tents was that they weren't connected by roads, so now they are. We've already done most of our tents that we needed building. But we'll get some more built. Right. And we'll do a little street. That goes through there. Right, lovely. So that'll be 4 additional tents. I think each one houses... How many does it house? 10 people. Right, so we're going to be nearly done with that already. Once we clear out some of these structures, which won't take all that long, and we'll get the workers into here. Right, we can get rid of that. Right. Put some workers on there. You'll notice as well we've got two types of worker. We've got workers and engineers. The engineers are more specialist and can do certain jobs that workers cannot. That said, there's also certain jobs that workers can do that engineers wouldn't bother muddying their hands with. So, the first thing we want to do now is probably we want to get the food situation sorted. So, we're going to go for soup. Soup gives us more food for each of our... So we get more rations for each of our raw food that we collect. But they're not good meals, so people don't like eating it. And it makes them a little bit more discontentful each time they have to eat soup rather than a proper meal. Right. So, that said, let's have a look at food. We're going to want a couple of hunters' huts, most likely here. And also, what's worth noting as well is these buildings, as you can see in the description there. So this has got a base heating level of 2, which means that the hunter's hut has some built-in insulation. It's a proper building, it's not just a big tent. And because of that, because compared to say like our little tent cities that are only heating level 1, because of that we can put this a bit further afield. Because when the generator is turned on in the centre of town, it provides heat to nearby buildings in a certain radius. So you want the buildings that don't have particularly good insulation, like residential areas, closer to the centre of town. These hunters' huts don't really need that. In the meantime, we'll also want a cookhouse. Now a cookhouse, it will produce rations from our raw food. We've started with some raw food we've brought with us to use, but yeah, we're going to want to get that turned into food properly now before everyone starts to starve. So that'll be our top priority. Now, with our gathering post up here, we're getting plenty of items from these ruins, and we'll have got all that sorted soon enough. So we should salvage all these ruins pretty quickly. Now this one's about to be done. We can also put some workers and things on them as well to do it extra fast. So I'll put some workers gathering from the individual buildings and so on. Because we're going to want to clear this out and start filling it with houses. Particularly I'd like to get these two removed, because they're quite big. As well as these ones here. Get the ones all close to the centre of the generator removed. So we can put more tents there, because that's going to be the warmest spot once the generator is turned on. So we're going to want to get that sorted. Right. Hunter's hut then. We've got 15 workers available. It requires 15 workers. Woo, go us. Where can we get some more workers? Looks like we've got 15 just clearing out these boxes over here. We can probably grab those and stick them over here. Right. We also very quickly want to start looking at a workshop as well. So we'll put that here. And what the workshop's going to do is it will basically allow us to start doing some research. So we can research new buildings, new technologies, get upgrades for things. We're going to find that to be extremely important going forwards. We are going to need some workers here. It looks like we've got some engineers available, so we'll stick them on the job. And we'll put the other engineers just on here for now. Right. Now, once we've got most of this sorted, as we are doing, not all hope is lost. Our engineers managed to get the blueprints for the generators from the ruins. Lovely, lovely. We're going to need to build profiles manufacture, build 8 structural profiles, and to create the scaffolding for the shaft, basically. The weather will go crazy around day 50. So that's point as well. You can see up here, so we've got the time of day there. We've got the we've got the day here, and the forecast for the next few days. So we can see that the temperature is going to drop in a few days quite significantly, and then it'll raise back up a level. A level is about 10 degrees Celsius, so this will go down to -30, -40. It'll become basically unworkable at that point, and people will be basically, if they try to work, they'll just freeze outside. It's going to get pretty bad, so we're going to be wanting to watch out for that. So because of that, we're going to try and get this the workshop here built. We're going to take the engineers off of here. It would also seem that some of the things we've been clearing, because we've got a bunch of workers available, must have finished being cleared. Get some engineers on there. The first thing we're going to research then, we're going to want to get bunkhouses, and we're also going to want to get heaters. We'll start though with drawing boards. So we're going to get a technology upgrade so we can research level 2 technologies. We're going to get all these upgraded to bunkhouses, we're going to get the heaters, and that will allow us to survive those 2 days. We shouldn't have much in the way of problems then, in terms of getting through. Also, I need to drop a save. We'll save over that. Lovely. Right. I will say, it's nice to be back on this. I think I looked at my saves beforehand. The last time I was on was 2021, so it's been a good 2 years. I'm very much looking forward to the second one. You can probably expect it on the channel. You can almost think of this as a bit of a prologue to that, almost. Right. We need to provide more shelter. We should probably just get some things down as well right now. In the meantime, while we're waiting. Just because the more people we have in shelter, the less chance of people getting ill at night is. And as bad as it looks, -20 is kind of considered a bit of a safe-ish temperature. People can still sleep outside and not horribly die. Extended shifts. You can extend the workday in any facility to 14 hours. We're going to sign that. So we don't have to do an emergency shift now, we could just do an extended shift. So 6 while 10 there. We are going to start that up with the workshop, because we need these things researched fast before these storms coming. After these few days, the next thing we're going to be looking to do is get a sawmill. And then we need to start getting some, well, we need to be able to get some wood produced. We're going to need a lot of buildings, we're going to need all the scaffolding for this as well, remember? Not just get this cleared, but we need, you know, we need the stuff in it built as well. Right. Looks like our hunters are bringing in a nice amount of raw food for us. We'll get that turned into rations pretty quick. We've got a cookhouse, haven't we yet, with workers staffing it. Lovely. Right. We need a bit more housing. Can we get this seen to today? That's going to be clear soonish. Let's put none on that. We put the max available on this. In fact, of any of these that have got workers on, that's got 15. This has got... Where are our workers at the moment? So there's... We need 3 more tents.
Get to work. Move, people. There's plenty to do.
Yeah, this won't get done anytime soon, will it? No. It will not. No, this. No, that might... Right, we're managing to get most of it cleared. Because the gathering post is also grabbing a lot of it. Oh, there's a bunch of sick absences there. And there's only 5 at work, so that's going to go very slowly. Right. But we got it clear, lovely. Right, we've got some spare workers. Let's pop them on here. That'll get cleared as well. Right. Before we run out of time, let's get that shelter promise. That's 2. We need 3 if possible. Clear, come on, clear it. And there we are, clear. Boom. Tents will be up. Research complete, lovely. Right. Right, we want the bunkhouse. We're gonna want the we're probably gonna want faster gathering. We're gonna want better. We're gonna want the heaters, but yeah, bunkhouse and heaters are gonna be first priority. Absolutely. Right. And a bit of excess. Right, wonderful. Okay, so far, so good. Time left 5 hours. This should be finished by then. Hope rises, and we get a nice boost to hope there. Now, we're going to go on to sustain life here. So the gravely ill will be kept alive in medical posts. Right.
Hear me. New law in the city.
So what we're going to do is we're going to get some medical posts built now. Just in case we should need them. Bunkhouses are ready. Heaters next. That should help us survive the next few days. Right. We should have these set up in no time. And this is slowly getting cleared. We've now got 25 people available. Oof. Okay. We'll see who we've got when these medical posts are built. Right, engineers, 5 available. Where are other engineers working at right now? There's 5 here. Boom. There's no longer anything in range for this, so we'll dismantle it. We'll put some workers dismantling this. Right. And we might want to get another gathering post out, perhaps like here. Ah. We'll get people gathering those crates and things there. In fact, we could just put a gathering post up here. Probably the best shout. There. Right. We'll get people at those gathering posts then. And we're gonna start. Ooh. Let's get the how much wood do we need? I'm guessing it's gonna be a lot. Yeah, and a fair bit of steel too. We should have the steel for it. Right. Let's hope that that is enough.
Brace yourselves. Cold is coming.
So here comes a cold snap.
Work time. Get moving.
Right, so we got work-wise? Where are people being employed? Now let's take them out of there. Put some in there. Put 10 in there. We need wood desperately, so let's get 10 on that. Right, that should get sorted out. Right, what have we got? So we have the drawing boards, we've got heaters. We could go for, I think next we want hunter's gear so we get more food. Then I wouldn't mind. I think we're going to want to start going into the sawmill soon, as well as the medical post upgrade. One thing you definitely want to do is definitely stay on top of all your medical things on this. So is that still under construction or? Should be connected up to. You know what? We'll just put another street in there just to be sure that it's definitely connected up, because it should be. Right. We're going to bring about a care house. So anyone who gets permanently ill will go into the care home. I'm going to put them in there so they're not taking up beds in the actual treatment areas. Because these next few days we could end up with some in those, so right. The centre bit is now free, it's opened up. We'll get some people on the wooden crates here. That should give us a very nice amount of wood. This will be dismantled. So we need 25 wood and 5 steel. Basically wood is proving to be a problem at the moment. But yeah, care house would go perfectly here once these crates have been gotten rid of. So we'll try and get rid of as many of those crates as we can. Right. What have we got? Wood crates are being depleted. Oh wow. Right, well, they went quick. We'll get some on that. 10 workers available. Let's just get this salvaged. Right. What can we get here? And let's get resources. Let's start a sawmill. Now, the sawmill has a decent amount of insulation kind of built into it, so a sawmill should, I hope, be able to run even during these cold snaps. So we can just turn the heater on, get everyone in there, and it should still be able to work. So we might want to build several sawmills around here. Let's see if I can get that researched for us. Nearly. It'll be done in the morning, we might be able to build it then. Okay. For now, we'll also want to get the rest of the bunkhouses set up. There's like 9 that need to be built. We can get most of them set up. Because we've got a bit of an excess of housing, people won't actually be booted out of the houses for the night, as long as we do it in sets of like 2 or so. Right. The good news as well is that these guys, because they're doing the extended shifts, they're actually able to get that done before we hit the cold snap. Right. Let's try finally going into profiles manufacturing then. And we'll look at a sawmill. So I do like that as well, that it tells you if it's going to destroy resources when you place it. Right. There's this little curve here, isn't it, where they come out, so we can probably pop this here. And then maybe another one. There-ish. That's going to use a lot of wood. I'm only another 22 wood to build that one. Right.
Wrap up well. Frost is here.
Oh, this is something as well. We can put the temperature overlay on. Pop the heaters on. And we should definitely just pop heaters on. We don't actually need so like right now we don't actually need the coal really for anything. We should also not be working out in these areas where it's deemed very cold, because obviously these are working, even though these are working in the same things gathering as this gathering post is, because this has got a heater active, the workers here count as being warmed, whereas these won't. Just a weird quirk of the game, but that's how it works. So we want to avoid people being out in the cold at work, because they will very quickly start getting ill, and if we overload our medical system we are screwed. Right.
The work shift starts.
And those workers instead will start building these buildings we're trying to build. Right, and we've got profiles manufacturing ready. Right. Let's do the medical post upgrade. In fact, for now, let's go with faster gathering. Okay. Wood will take us to there. Right. We're generating 1.6 wood an hour there. 2.4 over here. Once these sawmills are up though, that won't be a problem. And we can finally begin on the profiles manufacturing. Right. Now we've got 5 engineers in the cookhouse, but in all fairness they don't really need to be there all the time. We could probably put up another workshop and have them work there, and just occasionally swap them over to this. So we should probably look at doing that. I have enough to finish this now. There. Right, that's going to be done. Let's speed up the time on this. Get this scene to... We've got the faster gathering now. So these little gathering stations will clean all this out a bit faster. Not by a load, but a little bit. Plenty of workers available. We can flick the heaters on here. Oh, we can't flick it on there yet because it's not built.
Night is coming. Put down your tools.
Okay. We no longer need these on. Right. We need a new research goal. Sawmills are 25% more efficient. Sure. That sounds like a great idea. We'll finally flick these off being constantly working long days because we don't enormously need it anymore. We'll build another workshop. Yeah, we'll build it there. And we're finally going to go into profiles manufacturing. We will need more wood. And we've still got plenty of steel. Our wood problem will be solved soon though. Right. We can introduce a new law. I think we'll bring about a cemetery. And we will look into, in fact, no, we'll go child shelters. Well, yeah, we'll go child shelters now. And then we can go into apprenticeships for them, which will help with our medical posts and our workshops. Right. Let's see how this goes then. Okay. Where are we? So we've got to produce all the food from these rations. And then once they've done that, we'll just throw them into this. Temperature should be, yeah, temperature's gone up a bit. Okay. So temperature is fine most places, and low risk of falling ill. Very low. Alright, we'll keep those on then. Just keep the heaters on. So chilly, low risk, moderate, high, very high. Okay. Yeah, it'd be a waste, wouldn't it, keeping them on at the moment. Chili is fine. We've got the medical stuff to take care of that. Raw food is nearly done. Right, they're finished cooking. We'll take them off of there. Put them to work here. Right, that should be fine. Sawmill upgrade should be done in about 3 hours. Lovely. Right. Most people are now being treated. We're going to put some workers here. And that should get this cleared out a bit quicker. A few hours and that'll be done. This is nearly cleared out now. Right. How are this sawmills going? Ah, yeah, so you can see you get way more from those than you do from scavenging from the rubble. Get 9.2 an hour from each of these, and that's before we get the upgrade. It's going to get even better soon. We'll go into double digits. Right. Right. Let's see then. This is nearly cleared out. We'll put the care home just here. Lovely. Right. Okay, so health, care home. There. We also want a child shelter now. Which can go there. Right. I guess we'll move on to the machine shop, I suppose. And we'll start, finally, on profiles manufacturing. Now, the thing with these is you kind of have to put them in certain spots. So this has to go here. We can't put it out here. It has to be next to the central ring. So we're probably going to want to save all this space over here for structures for the central ring. If we have to move any of these houses out of the way, then we have to move the houses out of the way, but that's what we'll be doing. We should also start producing, well, start upgrading more of these bunkhouses as and when we can. Right, Hope is on the up again, lovely. We're doing pretty well so far, I will admit. I think next we probably want the Flying Hunters upgrade. We'll probably move toward that next. Where are we? Food, health and shelter. Yeah, so we're probably going to want to go to the next technology level and go for Flying Hunters and maybe an infirmary. Hope's really shot up, hasn't it? Right. Education is the key to our future. Let's teach our children engineering so they can help with new designs. They will help at workshops speeding up research, or we can put them in medical facilities, raising the efficiency of them. So they're going to be medical apprentices.
Hear me. New law
Right.
in the city.
Because we're only going to have so much research to do, and we've already got plenty of people. It's going at a very good speed. I don't think we're going to be desperately in the need for more research to be done super fast, and if we are, we can put the extended shift on. Looks like this has run out. Right. But yeah, we are going to want to get a handle on this whole food situation. Structural profiles made from 25 wood, eh? Okay.
Get to work. Move, people. There's plenty
Right.
to do.
Next bit of research then, drawing machines. We're going to get those hunting huts upgraded and send them out. And in the meantime, we need more work for people to do. I've got 25 people out at work. They need to be doing something. Right. I could put them there. And I can put a few here. Right. When this is done, I guess we'll retask everyone to go to this. Also, let's get the cookhouse going. I'm gonna need to feed some people. Why is it 0%? Oh, they're all building apparently. A note of thanks. We just want to thank you back in London. It was only the wealthy that didn't have to send their kids to work. In this new world you're creating, we can see things a little bit different. Nice, there we go. We're doing good. So we get a little bit of bonus. Right. The wreckage is finally being depleted over here, it seems, and that means we've got some extra hands. Right. Honestly, we can put these on here and put those workers in. Right, the workers have finally gone to here. They're not messing around with. Great. So they've not really finished the work properly. People are hungry. You have 3 days to feed everyone and stockpile 62 food rations. We can manage that. Flying hunters, go. Okay. Let's begin. That's dismantled. We've got everyone employed. Wonderful. We've got plenty of these that we can create now. We've got plenty of resources to use for it, so we shouldn't have any issues with that. A machine shop then. I can't get rid of this stockpile, can I? That has to be there. Profiles manufacture, machine workshop. Right.
Get to work. Move, people.
So this will produce steam exchanges from 20 steel. Right. We're quickly producing all of these. Work accident. Sir, one of the people in the profiles manufacture got badly injured. We can't ignore health hazards any longer. From now on, safety level of every workplace at the construction site will be monitored. If it's low, people working there might get sick. If very low, they might get injured or die. Right. Work safety is unhealthy. -1 base safety level. So there's a low risk of falling ill. So right. We need, how many more do we need? 8 structural profiles. So we've got 3 at hand at the moment. This will be a 4th. So 5, 6, 7, 8. That'll be all of them. Now, whether we can actually whether we can actually produce all of that, I don't know, because well, okay, yeah, we're producing a lot of wood. I think we might be able to keep up with the demand there. Right. We need a steel mill now. Right, we've got an iron ore deposit there, so we need steelworks. Okay. There's coal there. And more iron over this way. Right. We can introduce a new law. Prosthetics. New blueprint. Prostheses. Available in the factory. Amputees fitted will be able to work again. There we go. So we can remove them out of the care homes.
Everyone, new law is
So we've got
signed.
one amputee that came from this. Right. We first have to get a factory. Now, where do we get one of those? That's a good question. Right, factory. There's a foundry. So that will produce steel composites. Okay. And yeah, a factory. Where are we? Coal mines there, sawmills there, advanced steelworks, wall drills, steelworks. Factory. A plant where highly advanced devices can be produced. Right. And it uses one of our steam cores. Those things I mentioned earlier that we have 5 of that are used to build like certain special buildings. We need one for a factory. Right, so that guy might have to wait for getting a prosthesis a little bit longer. Right. We want a steelworks next. We also want to construct those flying hunters now. So 25 wood and 40 steel. Ooh. We can upgrade one of them then at the moment. How long will this take? About 3 hours apparently. Right, excellent stuff. Hunting tactics. They'll employ fewer people. It's useful, but it's not crazy useful. We'll go for... oh god, we need steel for everything at the moment. Right. Careful selection processes reduces the material cost of structural profiles by 20% and time to make them by 50%. That's huge. But again, it requires steel to make that. So maybe we just go with the steel steamworks for the moment. Because it seems like we're going to need a lot of steel. And let's get that built as well.
Night is coming. Put down your tools.
Right, how many of these can we build? One there and one there, and is that it? God, okay. Yeah, there's really not a lot of these we can build, is there? Right. "34 wood. Right, let's get those built. And I think it's time we drop a save as well. Right. The shaft structure can be built. Oh wow, okay. That will take a lot of people then, working there. I think the time is finally coming for us to create a beacon to get more people. We're beginning to run out of just our current amount of them, yeah. Okay, let's see what the hangar does then for food. 34 a day compared to 22.
Brace yourselves.
That's pretty
Cold is
big.
coming.
Right, anywhere that's right, we're gonna need a lot of stuff going here. Right. Okay, we can put 29 on there. Let's take 10 from the sawmill and put them in the steel mill. Right.
Move. Time to get
I
to
want the
work.
heater on here. Rush construction. Sir, the coming storm threatens our work on the generator. When it hits, the progress on the current stage will be lost. We could rush for construction to finish it quickly. If we make it before the storm, the completed stage will be safe. Rush construction can cause problems though, when the generator is put to use. So we'll have to use the ability wisely. And 9 is sick absent. Ugh. Right. Well, they've turned all the food into rations, so let's bring those 5 in. Okay. So there's rushed, there's emergency shift. Honestly, right, it will take 1 day, 17 hours. So that's going to be a storm for a few days. Actually, literally 1 day. There will be a 1 day storm. Right. we'll want to consider what we're going to do next. Right. Okay. Good stuff. Okay. We'll not do it during work hours. We'll put that upgrade in later, but that's a really good start, that. Right. Shelter. Houses would be great. What would we need to get there? 100 wood, 50 steel. Ugh. We are producing, but we won't get that in time. I think it could be a bit finicky, that. But I think we're going to get this stage done. Right. Let's speed up the timer.
Gather your tools. The shift is ending.
Right. So what we're going to want to do then, as far as I can tell, so we want to... First we want this steamworks there. Too bad we didn't just have that one bit extra steel. We could have set the other one upgrading as well. Right, but let's get that built and upgraded. Fresh rations are in.
Time to get to work.
Toxic gases. We have a situation. We've detected dangerous concentrations of toxic gas across the whole construction site. Breathing them in will make people sick, but we'll keep them working. We'll have no choice. The gases are venting from the depths of the source, and their toxicity level changes constantly. We'll monitor it and warn you about any changes 24 hours in advance. We're now on harmful with a moderate risk of falling ill. Toxic gas levels. Judging by forecast, the weather will only get worse, and the storms threaten to cut off our city from necessary resources. Storms can uncover new places. Right. So, big storm coming in a few days. The big sawmill has been researched. Need more steel at the moment. Yeah, we really need more steel. We'll get the beacon upgraded. We can maybe start looking for more people, because we're starting to need more hands now. Right. Yeah, I genuinely mean we could straight up use like another 30, 40 people. We really could. We'll go for... Let's see. I wish I could look at the ones it leads to. We'll have proper ceremonial burials.
New law. A new law has passed.
Right. Hey, we've got the upgraded one up. Right. Excellent stuff. When they're done here, we're gonna get all these steel and lumber yards and things up. Right. The hungry were fed. Hey. The beacon has been researched. We've now got a bit more steel available. More scouts. We could go with. Can we go improved heaters? We can. That'll be useful for the storm that's coming in. A note of thanks. Someone has left a note at the care house. Thank you. With all work you have to do, it's so hard for families to properly care for an invalid. Places like this make life a little easier for us all. We just might get the good ending yet. If there is such a thing. Right. Toxic gas will rise tomorrow. Not good. Hurry. Cemetery and the beacon. Let's put you there, I guess, then. Right. I guess that's it then, isn't it? We're gonna have to right, all hands on deck. Let's see if we can get our steel up a little bit. Just produce a smidge more. We can then do mechanical calculators. And then we can do house. We'll probably need more steel then though. Max this out as much as we can. Use ability to quickly finish the current construction stage. It will cause problems if it's put to use. Well, we haven't got any discontent. We can use it. Ooh, that's a lot. We have to do it before that storm though. It has to be done. It's not even a question, it must be finished. And I'd rather do a 24-hour shift now than wait for the next day, because we're going to get those issues around the toxicity raising. So if we leave it any longer, we will just face repercussions in the form of just loads of people becoming ill, and then we'll have a massive storm to make them further ill, and we get whole hosts of problems then. By the way, did building this steam sawmill, not steam sawmill, sorry, steelworks, what cost me that steam core? I wonder, what did that? Was it this? So I'm trying to think what I could have built that used one. Yes, it is, the machine shop. That's where it went. Right. Then we're safe to go ahead and say do the steam steelworks. can't do the steam sawmills yet though, we'll need more steel. Come on, finish. The foundations are up. Right, before laying the foundations which will support the massive bulk of the generator, you will have to send your workers deep below the ground level and install the powerful tower pumps there. So that's next. The tower pumps, so structural profiles and steam exchangers. Which are at here, aren't they, the steam exchangers? Right. Right, we've got some people going out to build it. And we need to get some tech researching. Yeah. They'll employ fewer people. That's now given us even more people available to assign. Excellent stuff. Right. Right, this will require 20 steel to make one of these. How many do we need? 10.
End of shift. Go rest all who can.
But hey, we've got the structural stuff down in the middle. We've got the scaffolds. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're going to bring about ceremonial burials.
Hear me, hear me. New law in the city.
Also, do we still have any... Is everything a bunkhouse now? I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, I think everything's a bunkhouse. We'll want to be very careful about who we send to work in the next day. Because yeah, we're going to have issues keeping everyone warm here. I don't think there's any like anything I can do for heat other than to have better houses and things up at the moment. Right.
Brace yourselves. Cold is coming.
Not good. Let's see if that does anything. Not really, no. Right, let's just flick those off. So that as well. Child shelter, cookhouse. Medical posts need to be operating, and the care house, so they have to be operating. We should definitely turn those on. As for everything else though, we're just going to halt for a day. So none of these are going to be on. Everyone get a day off. Warm up by the fire. Because God knows they can't do any work. Must be at least chilly inside to work, so they basically cannot heat the... They can't even get the food warm enough to eat. We're going to get a lot of people needing medical treatment now.
There's plenty to do.
Right. And we'll just have to speed through the day. Right. The citizen had to have a limb amputated due to frostbite. Consider signing the care house or prosthesis law. I believe we've got both of those, haven't we? Yes, we have. Right. We've got 125 people who are freezing now. But yeah, we're just going to have to speed through the day. Hopefully it doesn't get too bad. I'm expecting probably like 30 or so sick maybe by the end of the day. Luckily we did invest in those better houses and things. So that might just about smooth it all over. We can turn these back on now. So, since the storm will be over tomorrow, we can turn these back on. That should be fine. One of our people has become gravely ill. This will keep happening if we have to work in such cold. Yep. There we are, 43 sick in the end. It will still get worse, yep, 45 sick. Temperature is about to go back up. There we are. Back up to 30. Whew. Right, heating is off. Maybe the cookhouse should just be on. Temporary hazard, animal migration. The worsening weather has caused some the animals to seek shelter in new places. Until the hunters can find new habitat in which to hunt, they will be bringing in 90% less food. Ooh. And we're screwed. Right, okay. Our scouts have reported the discovery of another settlement. We should send them there to see if it's inhabited. If there are other people, they might have access to resources that we need. Right. To the hot springs. Next storm is in 11 days. And we need to build those 2 new parts on the foundations. We've got some... But we need to solve the food situation right now. Medical treatment is being seen to. What new research are we going to go for? It requires a steam core to build these, but a few hardy crops can be grown here, supplying up to 35 raw food per day. Right. That will provide us with some food while the hunters are out doing their thing. In the meantime, this will be turned back on as well. We need those steam exchanges, don't we? So they're producing 5 of those. Right. Okay. We want to get that sorted. And we're going to want to... yeah, have a look at... so get this sorted. That should solve the animal migration problem. Then we're going to need to create a scouting team. Once this is done, we've got some spare... in fact, I don't know, that tech is done. The one that frees up some workers from the hunters, isn't it? That's done. So... where do we build the beacon? We'll build it a bit further out, just in case we end up needing room around the centre for, what's it, for more of these main structures that are being used to build the generator. Right. Let's go with that then. We've got plenty of wood as well now. Okay. Steel is coming in quite nicely. Yeah, I'm sat here wondering what we could use all this wood for. Well, we just we put some people to work in here, don't we? Right. We'll do that then. Right, you're no longer needed in there. Get to work here, please. Get a bunch of those made. Hothouse is ready. We could get insulation for it. How much do we need for insulation? $20 steel. So if we wait about half an hour in game time, probably have about enough. There we are. Hothouse insulation. Start on that, please. And we'll get to making one. Right. There we go. And that's where we'll put we'll create a scout team and put the rest in there. We've just used our first steam core, now it's actually our second. They're a necessary component in advanced tech. We can't manufacture them in the city, so let's hope that our scouts find them during expeditions. And that's why we've got to be very careful with those. We will not get many of them. Right. We'll speed ahead.
Gather your tools. The shift is ending.
We need 5 workers and 40 wood. Right. And there's the hot springs. Two days and 1 hour to arrive. Or we can go to Rockspire, 1 day and 8 hours to arrive. We could go to that along the way. Destroy mine, small airship. Right. So I can sign a new law. Don't don't think there's anything I desperately want to sign right now. I think we're fine. The sick will be treated. In fact, we could go for infirmary next. That could do it. Right, that should get built. Do have a few workers we can spare on it. We will rise tomorrow. We'll get them in there. Right. Resolves in 5 days. Good lord. I think we're going to need a second one of these. Yeah, I think we need a second. Now, let's not put anyone... If the gases are going to be high in the next day, let's not put anyone to work on these. Looks like we've got a hell of a area around us, haven't we? Right, okay. We'll see if we can get, yeah. See what we can get sorted here. So hothouse insulation, 36%. I think we can build eventually if we go to generator construction. We can build these ventilation plants. It improves safety across the workplace using up a steam core. It consumes a lot of coal, but if we're wanting to do any work, having one of those about, very useful. But I think it has to be built in the centre, so we might be able to fit a foundry in, but we won't fit a foundry and a ventilation plant. Houses will have to be moved around for that. Right, we should also look at this optimised materials here. Possibly before we make those scaffolds, eh? If we just unqueue these for now. Keep that one queued up because it's partially built. Right.
Get going. Time to earn your bread.
Okay. Let's have, let's see, we've got sawmills, functioning, storage is near capacity. Right. So yeah, if we just put some of these queued up, that gets rid of some of the wood, so that we can store more Right. We are treating the ill, so this is probably going to be sorted soonish. Can we put another hothouse down? Yeah, okay, we can put another down. We'll get to that straight away because we're going to need that food. We really are. Right. Installation done. Okay, so we want optimized materials next. Absolute must. Right. I think we'll have to keep these on extended shifts in the meantime. Right. We need this, yeah, free time. There we go, now we've got it working.
Put down your tools.
Wonderful, right. Absolute must that this is fully staffed. And we'll be putting these on long shifts. Right. We need that food. Take care of ill though, we'll need 2 more people to be treated. If we can just get a handle on this, it won't be too hard. Right. Let's triple speed to the next day. And they're waiting at the destination. Right, let's explore. Our search hasn't uncovered anything of value, but we may be able to reach some more promising locations from here. And then to the hot springs, we're down now. We spotted dark framework of some large building. A path hugs the ice, vertical drop to one side of a rock wall to the other. There's something dark on the path. We've got a small airship, no signs of activity, and a destroyed mine. It's been abandoned. This might be a settlement. So it might be a settlement we can trade with, or it might be a settlement full of people wanting to join us, I guess. If we can get some more workers, I wouldn't mind it. Right. Let's speed through to the next day. Right, we've got the treatment for everyone. Hope is up, discontent is down. Hunger is getting bad. Right.
Time to get to work.
Safety levels are now deadly. Right, we can put a bunch of structural profiles there to be queued. We can select some new tech. And we are going to go with a foundry. And we are now finally producing some stuff here. Since we've got the machine shop, can we get... Okay, it looks like it'll be further down before we can get like the equivalent of optimized materials for these. Protective structures. Each use improves workplace safety by 1 for 24 hours at the cost of 6 structural profiles. Christ, it's a lot, isn't it? Right. I suppose the idea is you use it and then rush production for a day. Right. Let's see if we can get this foundry researched then. About 4 hours time, eh? 3, 2, 1. And luckily as well, we are now getting food rations in from these hot houses, so it was the right call that we're cooking up some food. Should be fine then. So the foundry. Just put a pause on it for now. Fits there perfectly, but we don't want it there. We want to really use up every little bit of space. Let's see what we can do with the vents. Because I'm curious to see if we can fit a ventilation shaft in as well. We might need to move some of these houses over here to fit a vent in. If we can, then that means we can use that rather than using loads and loads of protective structures and things. Yeah, so rather than having the protective structures and wasting tons of wood, we can just throw some coal into that. We currently have full steel. Let's correct that. Right, there we go. That's using up most of our steel. Right.
Workday ends. It's time off.
Oh, the hunters' huts. So not only are they bringing in less, but most of them are ill. So these are basically just turned off, as far as those buildings are concerned. Right. They'll be there in 6 or so hours. Gases will rise tomorrow, so they'll be super high. We're not going to get any work done. No chance whatsoever of getting any work done. Right. On that note, let's see. I think we just need to speed ahead to the next day now. We are going to get a cold snap here. We might start need to put in the heaters on. Scouts have reached the hot springs. People live here. Not only do they grow their own food, but they're willing to share it. This enclave of life clinging to a few hot springs was settled after the Great Storm by people from a town that survived with the help of another city. They set up hothouses here and planted their seeds, as they say, to pass the gift of life. They gave us some food as a gesture of goodwill, and are eager to trade more in exchange for help with expanding their settlement. Terrific. We get 100 food. Send a construction team to build a trading depot. Lovely. So we'll need a construction team if we want to do that take that any further. Right. I guess we'll send our scouts over there. Do we have a construction team? Do we have to research construction teams? I don't even know. More scouts, lighter scout sleds. No, it is not there. Construction teams. I don't see anything. Okay, we might have to put a pin in that for now. We also might want to go for medical post upgrade and then into infirmary and also healthcare installation, because our medical posts constantly need the flaming heaters on practically all the time. Also, this heater shouldn't be on during the evening. Right. Okay. Speed through next day. What are we looking at? Not keep zooming out too much now.
Brace yourselves. Cold is coming.
Working day is about to start. Right.
Get going. Time to earn your bread.
The steelworks are on, aren't they? So they're a bit chilly. As are these. The cows, right, okay. Wonderful, right. They'll be warm then for the next few days. Right. We probably want to get started on coal production as well soon. Transport depot, so by discovering them we unlocked this. And if I remember correctly, I think you can only place these, yeah, right on the edges next to the wall. Right, that gets built when it gets built. In the meantime, right, toxin levels are getting worse. Right. But we've researched this. We're next looking to probably go into medical stuff, aren't we? Yeah. wood, steel. We need more steel for it. Okay. Speed forward a little. There we go. So ventilation plant would take up that much space. Right. That much. Right. And a foundry. It doesn't quite fit there, does it? Let's get to the end of the working day and we'll see if we can organise this. Healthcare insulation. Sounds good to me. Next storm is in 8 days. Animal migration will be resolved in just over 2. I think we don't bother trying to do the foundations in this stage. I think we just produce everything we need and get some vents set up. Then we do the next stage afterwards, and maybe even do 2 stages at once then. So we'll like double up. I think that might be the shout for it. Right. Okay, work time is done. Let's dismantle this street here.
Shift is ending.
It goes to there. The vent being... it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spare squares. Could both go there? Now that there isn't a road in the way, they can. Right. We've finagled them in. Maybe we could get it done now, when you think about it, but... certainly not tomorrow. The gas is going to get worse then. Right. They're nearly there. And we're looking good. Okay, we'll speed ahead and we'll see what we can get done. We're out of coal. Uh-oh. Okay, after healthcare installation, we're not doing infirmary, we're doing coal mining. Right, explore. What have we got? Judging by the gear, the wrecked sled and its hapless driver must have belonged to a scout team. We'll bury the body and take the supplies with us. I'll look at the airship, I guess, next. Oh, transport depot is ready. We need 10 workers for that. If we want to get that sorted. Right, let's speed to the next day. Gases will fall tomorrow. We do require coal though at the moment. So that's going to present a problem. You know, we're going to get a lot of ill people if we don't act fast on this, so... Right. That's sorted, and resources. We want coal mines. Oh god, they're going to require a steam core as well. Actually. What about a coal thumper? Do I not get the resources back from it? Maybe I don't. Oh well. Right. Coal thumper is on its way. What we need now. Yeah, so we're going to need some coal in the meantime. I don't want to send people out there where it's really cold, with a high risk of becoming ill. So we'll get these coal thumpers built. One will be enough. Hell, we can get that, and yeah, we'll be absolutely sorted then. 15 wood is required. That'll be no problem whatsoever.
Finish your labors,
Coal
people.
thumper then.
The work day is up.
Okay, there's some stuff out there. That I wouldn't mind putting in a gathering post, because it can collect all of it then. Right. In fact, let's take a few of those down and put a coal thumper here. Right, coal thumper and a gathering post there. Then we'll need a street. Looking good. Right. So what would we require? We need steel, wood, 10 workers. We could just reassign the hunter's hut. Right. Okay. Reassign a hunter's hut to it, since we're not doing out in the meantime. I knew they'll be done in a day, but what do we need? 50 wood. Right, there we go. God, 0.3 a day. Finish the work. There they go. Done. None. Units produce. Right. What do we not need right now? What do we really just, you know, we don't require any more of? We've got a fair bit of steel. We definitely need the coal. We'll turn off one of the steel things there and start the coal thumper. Yeah, we're definitely needing more hands now. We need more people. More than anything else, we need people.
The work shift starts.
And I think it's time to drop another save. Right. Seven of them are going to eat. So they're all having their breakfast. A late breakfast. And we can upgrade it soon. Right, lovely. Long hours of toil. Breakfast is taken to all, they're becoming restless, they deserve a break. We'll have to keep regular shifts everywhere for 3 days. Good idea. Yeah, fair enough, I'd forgotten they were still on the extended shifts to get us through the animal migration hazard, but it looks like we've just about sorted it all now. Very good. We will go for an infirmary. Now, it looks like they use steam cores as well, so... Yeah, and then we're going to need coal mines, and they'll need steam cores, so... Yeah, we're starting to need some more steam cores now. The thumper will do for now, though. Especially when it's upgraded. This will be more than enough. Right. Yeah, look at those piles it's making there. Loads of coal coming through. Right. Then tomorrow we take them off there and put them on gathering and they'll gather it all up. Yeah. Right. So far though, so excellent. We're doing very well. Next storm is in 16.5 days. Just over. And we want, well, what do we want? Food's looking good, it's just the coal problem needs solving now. Before the temperature drops again over there. So we don't need any heaters at the moment, but we will eventually. I think once the coal situation is solved though... Yeah, that pile is now 200 odd coal. Ooh, lovely.
Gather your tools. The shift is ending.
So none. We'll put 10 on there. Honestly, there's that much stuff there. We could probably grab them from something else as well. Don't need any more steel for a while, so we'll just throw them on this. Right. They're nearly there. Build a trading depot. Population, favour average, relations neutral. Communicate. Okay. I guess that's that then. Do they come back? Or are they just gone now? Did 10 people just get sacrificed to the void? They may well have. I hope they send 10 people back. Right. Okay. We have plenty of coal to grab in the next day. Once we've grabbed all the coal, let's see what's happening with these toxic gases. If it drops to level 1, I think we do a massive production day. Right. Exploring. Ooh. Steam exchanges, we might get them. Right. Digging in the snow digging in the snow that got inside the wreck. We found some supplies but not bodies. The airship suffered relatively little damage in the crash. It probably landed after running out of fuel. Science discovered empty snow hut, mace rock. So it's the only place standing out in the endless white desert. It's very close. Or yeah, we'll go to that one because it's close, then we'll head over here. That empty snow hut might be where they went. We might be able to find them and track them down and bring them back. We might get a handful of extra hands. Right. Let's power through to the next day then. Temporary hazard has passed. We're back to normal for now.
Get going. Time to earn your bread.
Okay. Coal will be gathered. How much we're getting? 12 an hour, 9 an hour there. Absolutely excellent. Look at that. Filling the stores. We're also getting rid of these bits of wreckage, so we're getting a bit of steel, a bit of wood, a bit of, well, also steel there. And toxic gas concentration will drop tomorrow. So tomorrow we can get some of these things built. Okay. We've now got infirmaries available to us. We need 100 wood, and we can build. So let's see if we get one of those. There we go. We'll get the next tech level. So there's infirmary. Communication facilities housed here are necessary for contacting other settlements. 25 wood. We've still got some people working here. And there are some boxes here that are being salvaged, so we will have that probably within the hour. What's the... Does this require people to function? So if not, yeah. We found the kid at the cemetery, so I remember this one. But yeah, we found a child next to a freshly dug grave. He's been there for hours. He wants to call you an emergency meeting. He says if you agree, his mother will wake up to attend it. Yeah. He must face his loss, fortunately, so hope falls a bit. That's because I guess we've had a few deaths and so on. Right, food is almost full. Can you believe it? Right, we're turning off a hothouse. So food, we're past the emergency. We are making enough food and then some. In fact, these produce 3.5 an hour. They tend to produce 22 a day. How many working hours? So 8 while 6. So okay, so yeah. 10-hour work day. So 3.5 times 10, that's 35. These provide 22. Keep the hothouse. But what do we do with those 10 people, I hear you ask? Well, we can probably put this back on. Right. And in another day, so we'll have plenty of coal. Ooh, lovely, we're getting plenty of coal brought in. We turn that on.
Gather your tools. The shift is ending.
Ah, and we've got the mega tech now. Okay, okay. Industrial hothouse. Okay, an efficient steam-heated hothouse where a variety of crops can be grown, supplying 70 raw food per day. Ooh. To say it's good is an understatement. But that requires 2 steam cores, whereas a hothouse requires 1, so we'd need an additional steam core for that. So no thanks for now. Houses though, getting an extra level of insulation on our houses, ready for the next storm, is never a bad idea. Allows us to use an additional ventilation plant. Redesign more efficient aberration blowers which cuts coal use. Okay. Reduces the material cost of steel composites by 20% and the time to make them by 50%. Or safety improvements. Oh, wow, we can get permanent safety improvements at these places. Excellent. We should definitely start doing that. Right. Now let's look at what the scouts have found. Mace Rock. We can see some stuff. Yellow flag and a wrecked steamer. So, 2 days 7 hours, 1 day 5 hour, 1 day 13. Right. Oh, the stuff we're going to do tomorrow. Oh, 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 oh. Yes. Unassign the workers from these. Right. 10 there. 10 there. Establish communications. Okay. A trading depot your people built will allow us to work together. We're grateful. Open communications screen. Frostpunk will tell us about its need. We have some problems. Can you help us? We can ask them for resources or help. We need a lot of food. We need some food. We need some workers. 5 workers will be sent. Frostpunk's favour will be exhausted. Please send workers. Build basic homes and supply the workforce. Oh. Delivering 5 workers. Reaching target in 5 hours. Ooh, very nice. Right, we've got some workers then. Free time is about to be done.
Move! Time to get to work.
And on. Right. How many do we need? Generator. The tower pump, so we need 10 structural profiles. Yep, we'll have 10. And then some. Right. Okay. Toxic gases fall tomorrow as well. So it can reduce safety to basically being perfect. Right. No more workers needed. Turn the ventilation off. We've got 20 workers then. Well, 25 actually. We've got the resources we need for this. We can put them on there. We can put 5 workers on this to just produce more coal. And actually, we'll put this back on. So it's hazardous but not awful. And these will just get produced now. Right. 10, 9. So safety improvements here. No workers, but we'll put some workers on here. Right. Because we're out of coal, yeah. Ah, five. Some are eating, some are in treatment. Right, try that. Can we get this up? There we go, there we go.
Workday ends. It's time off.
We'll drag the lumber mills into the shop tomorrow. If we turn the vents on, yeah, if we turn on the vents. Oh, we found an old wreck for a fishing steamer. Nobody's inside. We found no logs, so the crew was probably saved. We'll get some resources. We'll go over there next. Right. Okay. Coal thumper. We'll need to get that running for tomorrow, but then
Brace yourselves. Cold is coming.
ooh, temperature drops a level. Why is it particularly bad? The cookhouse. Honestly, the cookhouse, we don't really need you in there, to be fair. You can absolutely get over onto this. That said, we could do with how much we're producing an hour then?
Shift starts.
9 there, 9.1 there. This is producing 60 an hour. Way more than these can gather. Though granted, I think they are trying to gather other things as well. Right. Let's bring these in. Over onto this. Who else could we... most of them are absent. Just bring the rest in. Whatever we can do to move it along. It's harmful, but not that bad. We've got a nice little stockpile of coal, so let's turn it on. So it's just unhealthy now. It's reasonable, considering that we're in a snow hellscape dystopian apocalypse. Yeah, actual semblances of work safety. It's an alright starting point. But yeah, we can get most of this done today now. And we've got the safety improvements. There we go, it's now safe. Even if the vents turned off now, we could still continue working to the end of the day. Also, while we're at it, we should get the innovative process, so we need less materials to make the steel composites. And we gave people time off, so hope rises.
Finish your labors, people. The workday is up.
So we've got half of the steam exchangers we need. Right. Okay. Right. I think I'm going to call this here. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see if we can power through and maybe get I might possibly see if I can get a second episode out for Boxing Day, and we can maybe see if we can get the generator built at least. But I'll see. Thank you very much for watching though. This has been Frostpunk, and I'll see you presumably tomorrow for a bit of a conclusion here where we finish building the actual what's it, I've completely forgotten the name of it now. The generator, the giant steam generator. How are they, like steam extractor? No, that's not the right word. Just flubbing the word for a moment in my head. Anyway, we can see the next storm coming in though, so we do have those houses I believe we can put in now. Oh no, we haven't quite. But I think they're next. Yeah, we'll probably want those next. Right. But yes, that'll be next time. Again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you then.